Welcome to the Magnet Pool, where we dive into Miami-Dade's most innovative and exciting magnet programs that truly make Miami-Dade County Public Schools your best choice for education. My name is Dr. Magda Castro-Pereira, Administrative Director in the Office of School Choice and Parental Options. And today we are going to do a little bit of a twist to Miami Magnet Pool. Today we are going to really dive deep into the portfolio of educational opportunities that Miami-Dade County Public Schools has to offer, from pre-K, early childhood, all the way through adult education. And we are going to highlight specifically the open seat magnet application window, which is opening up soon, and just add to the extensive portfolio of educational opportunities throughout Miami-Dade County Public Schools. And joining me today, you guys know them and know her, Jacqueline Basallo, my colleague and Executive Director in the Office of School Choice and Parental Options. And you guys know her because you've seen her here hosting the Magnet Pool. So today with her, we're going to dive into choice. We are very honored to be a choice district, really opening up opportunities for all students throughout Miami-Dade County. And Jacqueline is nothing more than proficient and a master in all of the educational opportunities that we have through her extensive experiences within the district as well. So I'm super excited to unpack these educational opportunities with her. Thank you, Jackie, for joining us.
Of course.
And it's great to have this conversation together. Yeah. And it's a twist, right? From our magnet pools that we highlight different magnet themes, because we're really looking at Miami-Dade County Public Schools educational opportunities holistically. And then we're going to be a little bit biased and highlight, the magnet application. But it's impressive, right? The third largest school district, a choice district, really with the support and the leadership and the vision from our superintendent, Dr. Jose Dotres, who really is in the forefront of this vision that he had of providing educational opportunities for all students. And our portfolio ranges from early childhood, as I said, to K-12, to technical colleges, including our K-12 dual enrollment academics, and then onward to adult education. So really, like you said, I think before, from birth to careers, right?
Your journey starts here, right?
Exactly, yes. Exactly. Yeah. So we do have so many opportunities for students, and I think as we present these conversations to our listeners and our viewers, it's important for parents to understand that although we highlight in Magnet Pool all of the magnet themes, and we have 121 schools or almost 500 magnet programs district-wide, an opportunity for everyone, 11 magnet themes, we do have a program for everyone, but that is not just the only programs that we offer Miami-Dade County Public Schools. So today we're going to highlight some and be a little bit biased with magnets.
Yes, absolutely. Okay? And, I think we talk about educational choice and being this choice district, but what does that mean? And I think I've been working at the district now for over 10 years. And I'm still learning about all the options that are available. And now as a parent coming into the system, right? My son just turned 5, so he's ready to start kindergarten, and kind of exploring it from that angle. And it really is so comprehensive. And I want to say, I think we may be the only district in the nation that has so many offerings, so many choices, and that look so different, right? Yeah. And like you said, we constantly bring our magnet schools onto this platform to really kind of showcase and discuss what happens within those school walls. But it's exciting to say, when we say there's a program for everyone, we're now not even just talking magnet wise, we're talking birth. We're talking about programs that we have from 0 to 3. We're talking about adult ed. So families that maybe come from another country, or families that want to continue their career and don't want to go to the university, there's opportunities for them. So really kind of diving into like just the plethora of programs that we offer is impressive.
Exactly. And I I'm a parent of 4, and all of them have gone through Miami-Dade County Public Schools. Very fortunate. They're all in college right now. 2 already out of college, 2, one doing his bachelor's and the other one a master's. But I can tell you that their educational experience here in Miami-Dade County Public Schools has really cultivated and fostered their success in the career workforce as well as in their college. So it's important for us to prepare our students when we talk about what does Miami-Dade County Public Schools have to offer, right? And it's that foundational skills that not only are we cultivating the foundational and they're learning their standards, right? But in order to be successful in post-secondary and in the career workforce, you need those soft skills as well. And I think when you talk about that well-roundedness of approach that the students get, it's really true. And I see it in my own children, how they're able to advocate for themselves, how they're able to be confident about their abilities, how they're able to articulate, right? And be able to be masters at their own skills in the study areas in which they did. So I'm, as a parent, very grateful for Miami-Dade County Public Schools to be able to offer, and if I can say free education, because we are a public school, and it's important to highlight that piece as well, right? I also want to say that I'm very grateful for Miami-Dade County Public Schools to afford my children an opportunity to go to college for free. And I think that is something that as parents, it hampers in our minds, like, how am I going to afford my child's college? Right. And I know we're going to dig deep into that later on, so I don't want to spend too much time. But as a parent, I'm very honored and thankful for Miami-Dade County Public Schools to have these opportunities for everyone. For sure. Right. So let's talk about being a little bit biased, because both of you and I, Magnet, right? Yes. We're both Magnet directors, and for 29 years, myself professionally in the district, and I've been to non-Magnet and Magnet schools, but Magnet programs are just specialized programs that really hone into that ability and the passion and the skills and the interest of students. And as we've said many times in this episode of Magnet Pool, that if the students are motivated academically, they're going to excel. So I'm going to let you open it up, because I know that results have gone out, right, from our first lottery. And now if parents have not applied, you're going to have an opportunity to apply. So if you can just explain a little bit about our open seat Magnet application.
Yes. So like you mentioned, week after week, we bring these programs on here and we really try to, sell them to the community, and really is letting them know what's happening in our programs. Like you said, we are biased because we really do breathe, live, and work, Magnet, but we do believe in it, and we do see the success that it brings, and we see what's happening in those classrooms and how those kids succeed and where it leads them to. So our Magnet application opens annually on October 1st for our viewers and listeners, and now there is that second opportunity to apply. So this is specific for families that maybe miss that first window of application. We also have new programs that we're introducing during this Magnet application window that was not available during the regular application period. So families that may have applied but now have interest in some of the new programs that we're unveiling, there's that opportunity for them to apply as well. We know Magnet notifications went out, and the results were that you were either offered a seat because there was space, or you were selected from that random lottery, or you were waitlisted. So there may be families that are sitting on a wait list for a program and now are going to have a second opportunity to apply elsewhere to maybe secure a seat while they're waiting to get off that wait list or whatnot.
And I do want to touch on that wait list, because our parents, both of us know, right? We talk to many, many parents and support them and guide them. But it's important for our listeners and viewers and parents to know that if you are on a wait list, you stay on that wait list for Magnet programs until your name is called, or through December 31st. So yes, you can start a school year at one school and then have an opportunity to accept a seat at a Magnet program of your choice and then transition to that Magnet program, because that happened to my daughter.
Your daughter. You had that experience with your daughter.
My daughter. So my daughter started a medical academy at Robert Morgan. And then right before we went into winter holiday break, she receives the Magnet offer to go to Coral Reef. And at that point, she had to make a hard decision, because she was established, right? She had friends and uniforms and, you know, her classes. And she had to decide which one she wanted to do. So it does happen. It could happen. So for those that are on the wait list, I don't want our parents to say, I have no, you know, there's not going to be an opportunity. There might be an opportunity, you know, there could be.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, and the important thing is that those wait lists continually move, right? With our application, families can select up to 5 schools, which that means they're not going to accept at 5 schools.
Right.
So your top choice might not be my top choice.
Correct.
So you might accept somewhere that's my top choice, and then I get bumped off the wait list in that way. So with the open seats magnet application, just like the name says, it's for programs that currently have open seats. And there is eligibility criteria, just as there is for the regular magnet application cycle. But what our listeners should understand is that really it's on a first come, first served basis.
Right.
So once we open that application on April 15th, families can go in there and can see what programs are available. If their student meets eligibility, their seats are being offered on the order that they applied. So it's exciting because obviously families are, you know, maybe have a little bit more security in being able to secure that seat that they want for that magnet program.
Right. And I do want to touch upon the expiration date for that offer, right? So when parents apply, it's very important for them to take a note on what their expiration date is from their MDCPS parent dashboard to see if they've been offered, by when do they have to accept, right? Because if they fail to accept by that expiration date, and every student's expiration date is personalized because it depends on the day that they were offered that placement, right? So it's important for them to understand that they have to accept, because if they don't accept or decline that offer, then it automatically declines, and there's no changing that.
Absolutely. There's no changing, because the way that the system is set up, the waitlists are moving. So once that system declines that offer, somebody from the waitlist has basically been offered that seat. So there's no way that we can go back in the system and retract that, because we can't retract a new offer, and we can't create a space where there's no space available.
Right. So let's talk about this open seat magnet application. And we wanted to be very transparent and clear with our parents and our communities to know what that open seat meant, right? This second opportunity for magnet programs. We used to call it something else last year, but we're calling it open seats, because we want to be very transparent that there are open seats available. We have a seat for somebody, you know, for any student that's interested. And we offer, the only programs that will be on this open seat magnet application are the ones that have availability, right? Based on their seat capacity. So you did mention about new programs, and I do want to express that we do have new programs that are opening up in August, first year opening up their doors, and we have exciting programs. But I want to say that this is a collaborative effort, right? It involves the school site principal, the region superintendents, the regional directors, the district, to really collaborate and come to a consensus as to what would be beneficial to these communities, right?
Absolutely.
And the students that are living within that community and outside of that community. And we want to make sure that when we make these educational decisions on what type of program to implement, we also look at career pathways, right? Curricular pathways, that we present this program, let's say at an elementary school, that program is going to be available in middle school and then available in high school, so that the students, because they're selecting it based on passion and interest, right? That they can continue that and hone that skill throughout. So can you elaborate a little bit on the specific programs that we have? Because we have many.
Yes.
Okay.
So you know that our magnet programs, for those that are listening and viewing, you know, our programs span for through 11 themes of study. So that's anything from visual performing arts, from health sciences, from engineering,
public services.
Exactly. Everything you can imagine.
Digital, mass media.
Yeah.
We have many.
Education, everything. And so, like you mentioned, you know, we're very intentional when we're thinking about these programs, when we're opening these programs. I think one of the benefits, when you mentioned we're the 3rd largest school district, and to some families that might be scary. They'd rather be at a smaller school, smaller organization running it, because they feel some sense of familiarity, which I can say that, you know, that comes at the school level, right? You do have those family community schools. But as a third largest school district, there's a lot that comes with that as far as like resources that are available to us, people that are seeking us out to partner with, to be able to provide opportunities for these kids. One of the programs that was actually in the regular magnet application period, and I think is going to be open for open seats, is a Space Hub, which we're actually launching at Hialeah Miami Lakes Senior High School. And that's a perfect example of us looking at what is coming for the future, right? We know people are talking about space. We see that in the news all the time. We're in the backyard of Kennedy Space Center.
Right.
So when you look at the industry and how much goes into building the, the spaceship, the engineering aspect of it, the technical side of it, different things, we know that there's going to be a demand for that. And so in partnership with Space Florida and through a grant that we've received, we're able to put together this program called Space Hub at Hialeah Miami Lakes Senior High School, which we intend to expand. Right. Across different high schools, because we know there's going to be a demand for that.
Right.
But beyond that, programs that were not in the regular application cycle.
Before you get to those programs, I do want to talk about that, because when you talk about that, we tap into what are these new careers that are coming to Miami, right? I want to say that our partnership with the Beacon Council is extremely important. And I know that you and I have partnered with them and have done presentations to many, many businesses and parents that are employees of those businesses to attract students to Miami-Dade County Public Schools. And we do highlight the Beacon Council because they are super informative as to what careers are coming to Miami, what's in the up and up, right?
Yeah.
And we want to be sure that Miami-Dade County Public Schools, right, is in that landscape of tailoring our programs to ensure that we are cultivating, right, those soft and hard skills to ensure that our students can graduate and then be college and career ready. Right?
Be ready, exactly. And with that, before I jump into these new programs that we're introducing now in this Open Seats Magnet application, when we start talking about all the choices, and it's not just magnet, right? We have career technical programs that we have within our schools. Some of them are magnet, some are not, but with that same idea and intention of how do we get these kids ready for what comes next? How can we get them industry certification free of cost to families? So within Miami-Dade County Public Schools, your best choice, we really, pride ourselves on being able to put these types of programs together, making sure that our schools are equipped to really prepare our kids for what comes next,
Exactly. So can you talk to us a little bit about those programs that are not CTE driven, right? So like, for instance, Leisure City K-8 is opening up a new program and it's art specific. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes. So we actually have a new program launching in August at Leisure City K-8 Center, which is down in Homestead. And it's called Ritmo, which stands for Rhythms, Inspiration, Tradition, Music, and Origins. And really it's a musical program that really pays, honors tradition, and in this specific case, with a focus on mariachi music and culture.
How exciting.
Very exciting, right? So something completely different, completely out of the box, something that the community in that area was kind of aching for. And so, we have a lot of interest already. There's a lot of buzz surrounding that program. And when you're talking about when we start creating these programs and ensuring that there's pathways, like this sets up a student for, continuing a pathway into a program that does have musical education, or even just the simple ability of getting on stage in front of a bunch of people, right? Like what you develop from being able to do that at such a young age, whether or not you continue that art education, that's something that they can take with them and move forward.
And what about the communications program that we're opening up? And I'm super excited about this, right? Because we're going to have so many partnerships. Univision is down the street from where we're opening this up. So Dr. Rolando Espinosa K-8.
Yes. So Dr. Rolando Espinosa K-8 Center is a school that we have in Doral.
Right.
And so we are opening
the first magnet
in Doral. Yes. So families listening, definitely something to look out for when this Open Seats Magnet application opens. The intention is really, like you said, a communications magnet, really starting at the kindergarten level through 8th grade, developing those public speaking skills, those storytelling skills. And when they get into those higher grades within that K-8 center, more technical as far as like the broadcasting or the podcasting aspect of it goes. But we're excited about it because, like you said, it's in the backyard of all these television studios in Miami. So we're excited to be able to partner with that, bring that into our schools, and really have our students be exposed to this that's so familiar to them, right? Their families are watching TV, they're watching the news, they're listening to the radio.
And our students are like masters at technology.
For sure.
Sometimes as teachers, we learn from our students, right?
Yeah.
So to have this communications magnet, right? First of its kind.
Yeah.
First in Doral. It's super exciting. I can't wait to launch this. So if parents need to apply, these are new programs that will definitely be offered right now in the Open Seat magnet application.
And there's one more that I wanted us to touch on.
Okay,
if you want to talk about the new Iovine and Young Center.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
So if you want, I don't know if you wanted to kind of speak on it, or I can
okay, so
discuss.
This program is actually a partnership with Iovine and Young Center, which Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine are partners and behind. This is their vision. It's really transforming the educational environment into the 21st century. And when we talk about, and we've talked so much about this, 21st century skills, the collaboration, the critical thinking, this is really rebranding the Entrepreneurship Academy, Magnet Academy that we have already at Miami-Edison Senior High School. So I am extremely, extremely excited about this project because we are going to have this as the first and only, right, IYC, right, Iovine and Young Center magnet program in Miami-Dade County Public Schools. Yeah. So very unique. There's one in LA, one in Chicago, and now we're going to have one here right in our backyard, Miami-Edison Senior High School. So I'm excited to bring on a new cohort and be able to offer this to all of our students at Miami-Edison.
And I think it's exciting just because, I mean, the names alone, right? Dr. Dre, which is Andre Young, and Jimmy Iovine, and they're partners, and they're the ones that develop Beats by Dre.
Right.
And so I think the vision with this institution, you know, and what they created was giving the students the opportunity not only to like learn how to write a business plan, but here they are having maker spaces where they can create prototypes, and who knows, maybe they could create the next Beats by Dre. Right.
And that's the end product, right? Is what can my child leave Miami-Edison with? Miami-Edison in the IYC entrepreneurship magnet program can leave with an actual business plan that they can turnkey it. Right? Yeah. They're going to be able to sell their product and be able to sell what they've invented right there. And the creativity of those students and those teachers are going to really cultivate this new program.
Yeah.
So let's take away a little bit about magnet, because you and I can talk magnet all day. Let's talk a little bit about the other opportunities and choices that we have here throughout Miami-Dade County, in Miami-Dade County Public Schools, and start from early childhood. Right? We have our VPK programs and Head Start, and we also go into K-12 where we have choice. So you want to elaborate a little bit on each one?
For sure. So we have, like I mentioned earlier, we start our programming beginning at 0, right? So beginning after the kids get their first set of vaccines at 3 months, they're eligible to participate in these programs. So obviously the number of seats are a little bit more limited, but we do have, schools that have classrooms with babies in them, right? So that program is the Early Head Start program, and there's certain requirements in order to be eligible to participate. And then after the 0 to 3, we do have Head Start programming that starts at age 3. At age 3, also, we have our program for students with disabilities that starts for the pre-kindergarten program for children with disabilities. And that ranges from, students that are in there for a half a day, or students that are receiving consultative services or speech or language, and they're in our classroom setting.
And that's important because they're going to get those services right in our classrooms.
Right.
So that's important.
And through our providers.
Yes.
Right. So it's not like families aren't getting these private providers. These are providers that are provided by Miami-Dade County Public Schools to provide these services. And then we have our VPK programs that do begin at age 4. And that's, across the district, we have schools that offer that programming. And with VPK, they just recently ran their lotteries, just like Magnet did. And they are going to have a second opportunity to apply. So families that are looking for a seat for their 4-year-old, children should be 4 by September 1st. They are going to have an opportunity to apply through that application system.
I want to say that application is called exactly what it is. Just like Magnet, it's going to be Open Seats VPK application.
Yeah. So we have that VPK, and then we start the K through 12, trajectory, right? And there you have your magnet programs that we love to talk about.
Yes.
But there's also choice programs.
Right.
And choice programs really allow families to explore choices beyond what they're zoned for, right?
Exactly.
So every parent or every student has a school that they're guaranteed a seat at based on their home address.
Their neighborhood school.
And so they're able to either explore a magnet option or they can make a choice to go elsewhere.
Right.
And that is through the choice application that we have through that same platform that we have.
And I want to say
applications
it is processed through the regional office. It's an online application. You go through the parent portal like you do all applications in Miami-Dade County Public Schools. And I think that one-stop shop is super important. And once again, it was a vision from our superintendent to have not only the transparency, but the platform to just all be all applications in one specific location. So I think it makes it easier for parents.
For sure.
But I do want to mention that we will have this launch of our VPK, a second opportunity for parents to apply. And we do have open seats. And that launches April 7th.
Right. So very soon, right? That's a few
Very soon. April 7th is VPK and April 15th is Magnet.
Yes. And I think
and choice is year long.
Exactly. And I think with us bringing all of these applications, and I know Technical Colleges is coming online with that as well.
That's next.
You know, when we started this conversation, just how many choices we have and how overwhelming it is. A, as an employee, B, as a parent, now having one platform where I'm able to explore all of it, all at once, which I think is great as a district. I think it really positions us in a way that we can really showcase what we offer and have families make, you know, the best decision for them and what fits their families best.
Right, right. And when we talk about technical colleges, I do want to bring to light that it is going to start launching relatively soon. But I do want to let you know that actually we're going to launch it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes. So our listeners and viewers are getting a sneak peek at this, but we're going to launch tomorrow our technical college with George T. Baker. And this is an opportunity for our K-12 students. So our high school students can get their high school diploma and also the technical college, right, dual enrollment that they're going to get college credits and also the certifications, right, within these programs. So they're graduating Miami-Dade County Public Schools, imagine, with the high school diploma, the technical college specialization, right, and dual enrollment college credits. So, I mean, free. Yeah. Let's go back to the free, right?
Yes.
That's really what our listeners need to hear, right? And it's not only, you know, it's important for our listeners to know that when we talk about choices and what Miami-Dade County Public School has to offer, that is not just the facade of the school, it's what's happening inside those classrooms. And I think throughout any type of program educational program in Miami-Dade County Public Schools within the portfolio of Miami-Dade County Public Schools from birth to careers, right? The experiences that these students are gaining and cultivating those skills to be successful citizens in the future is exceptional. Absolutely. And I think that we are your best choice.
We are your best choice. And I just wanted to touch on something really quick that you've mentioned when you say all these programs are offered free of cost. And you mentioned it when you were talking about your own kids, how it prepared them for college. And the same way that we have this opportunity for dual enrollment with technical colleges, we do offer dual enrollment within our schools, right?
Correct.
Where kids could take classes at Miami-Dade College or at FIU. And beyond that, we offer programs like the Cambridge program, where kids are graduating with certain diplomas that afford them scholarship opportunities. So
Cambridge and IB.
And IB, right? So not only is it free of cost to access, now we're giving you essentially money moving forward. We're letting,
which is what parents need to know, right? That you're going to get free money. You know, Miami-Dade County Public Schools is giving you that opening up those doors, right, for free college, right, for your students. So I think that we've really highlighted a lot of our programs, and we could talk for hours with all of the educational opportunities that we offer here at Miami-Dade County Public Schools. But it's been great to have this conversation with you, and I want to extend and recommend to all of our listeners and viewers to continue to explore the different educational opportunities that Miami-Dade County Public Schools has to offer, which is your best choice in education. You can visit us at miamimagnets.org. You can visit us at dadeschools.net. And from dadeschools.net, you can navigate into all of the educational opportunities that are there to offer. I want to take an opportunity to thank you, Jackie, for having this conversation with me. I know that you and I do this every single day, but it's important for for our listeners and our viewers to understand and get that knowledge base, right, of what type of programs are out there for my child and how can I apply. So second application opportunity is available for both Magnet as well as VPK. So continue to follow us. I want to take an opportunity to thank Miami Community News for allowing us to bring our Miami-Dade County Public School stories to you through their platform. And I also want to take an opportunity to thank our listeners and viewers, and also remember to stay drawn to what inspires you. And we'll see you next time on the Magnet Pool.